All right. Next is from Zach G. And the subject is Grande Magacano. Dirk Disco and Conan, what do you think about the promo video that showed Gulf of America for Grande Americano? Do you think there's a place for a parody fake luchador who's into MAGA? To make it better, Grande Americano is a very good Olympic style wrestler and is bilingual. That's from Zach.
Yeah, I don't
Conan,
understand
do
the
you? Let me ask
question.
you a question. When is Triple Mania this year?
There's two of them.
When?
One is right after Worlds Collide, so it's June 13th,
Okay,
and that's in a city called
6
Monterey,
weeks.
where we have a lot
It's
of
like 6 or 7 weeks from now.
yeah, where we have
Okay,
a
will
we have
Grande Americano be defending and fighting for the AAA World Title on that show?
okay. I can't say. So,
Okay, but I want El
but
Grande
let's just
Americano to
say
be the AAA champion.
June 15th.
yeah. So I can't say until the card comes out.
Interesting. Is El Grande Americano going to be an intricate part of AAA?
I believe so.
Interesting.
Would
That's
you
my
like to
favorite.
hear?
I might start watching AAA if my favorite wrestler is going to be on AAA. El Grande Americano. You know the funniest thing is that I order every day before the gym. I get a Grande Americano at Starbucks.
That's tremendous.
It's like me and Jerry. Isn't that how funny?
Yeah.
They literally named a wrestler after a drink at Starbucks, and it's like the most
Heck,
over thing.
Would you like to hear?
that's tremendous.
All right.
You want to hear Dave's take on the June 15th Triple Mania?
Go ahead.
Oh, let's hear it.
Meltzer also spoke about the show's date of June 15th, 3 days before AEW's Grand Slam Mexico with CMLL on June 18th.
Let me just say this, bro. We already had come out with that date, so they're putting together that is not even exist or is true.
Right, because I'm sure you're aware that's the take that the WWE.
All right, good. They can do whatever takes they want to. Doesn't mean it's true, and it doesn't bother me. And I really don't get. But I'm just answering back. I can guarantee you that we had our date first. Maybe they didn't publicize it.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do, bro. I work for AAA.
Yeah.
Okay, I would tell you.
He believes WWE is trying to make sure any mainstream coverage that week goes to them and not AEW.
That could be true.
Why wouldn't it? Like you want to dominate the news cycle for your show, obviously. Well, you're selling. It's a premium live event, right?
Right.
Or is it a pay-per-view in Mexico?
Which one?
Triple Mania.
Triple Mania.
I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I know they're going to be working with us. So, like I
said,
I
just hope the Grande Americano wins the AAA title on that show.
Like I said, I just got there, bro. I don't even know too much, and I'm not trying to play again. Coy. And let me tell you why I like that word. Because a few days ago, I watched one of my favorite movies, which is Boomerang. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if you remember, John Witherspoon came in with a shirt that was a mushroom shirt.
Yeah, the mushroom belt.
And the mushroom belt, and he was telling Eddie Murphy, you have to coordinate. Bro, Witherspoon was great in another favorite movie of mine that I've seen at least 10 times, and even though I know what's going to happen, I still laugh. Fridays. He was Ice Cube's dad. Yeah, that was great.
Right. Okay. Right now, filling in my top 5 here.
Did you notice, Konnan, that Disco has a new computer? Did you notice a little more clarity on his visual here?
Yeah, but you know what I did? I literally just bought the same computer I had, just bought a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, did you guys watch Monday Night Raw? You got the Raw numbers? Oh, actually, there are no Raw numbers. Yeah. Well, do you have last week's Raw numbers?
Yeah.
Well, actually,
last week looked.
Actually, all they do is talk about the number. There's no viewership trends to watch.
Yeah, well, 3.6 global views within 7 days for the Monday.
That's like 20% up from their usual numbers.
Yeah, number 5 globally among English language Netflix. Number 3 in the U.S.
Interesting. All right, so Raw was from Kansas City, home of Pat Mahomes. Remember when Dave called him back? Oh, by the way, play the clip of the Meltzer said what clip? Okay.
Well, I will say this is not a complaint because I have been begging for video packages, but I laughed when I saw this video package because I think Tony is like petrified of video packages because he thinks people are going to turn off the show. Because this video package, I mean, they talked so fast. I thought that they did it at 1.5 speed to make it go even faster. I mean, they were going to have a video package, but they were determined to get it as quick as we can and get it off TV so people won't turn the channel. But the fact is, it's not the 90s, and there's not another show head-to-head on the other channel. Yeah, it's like your fans will watch your video packages. Wow. They're telling stories for your shows.
Well, they get minute by minute, and W fans are not that good minute by minute when it comes to things like that.
Well, yeah, because they don't do them. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, it's not. They did them at first, and it didn't work. That's why they stopped doing it. I mean, it's like at some point, I used to say you have to sacrifice to build. Okay, but if you're just looking and say, oh, they don't do it, it's like they've done it. The experiment's there. It didn't work as far as a ratings thing. So if you're worried about minute-by-minute ratings, these are things that you don't do. At some point, though, you have to build stories, and you can't worry about every minute. So you have to do it. But AEW fans are different. I mean, when it comes to, it's not like WWE fans. I mean, they will tune out with, long backstage stuff. They will tune out.
Well, that's a problem then. If your fans won't stick around for video packages, you got to figure this out.
They just won't. I mean, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's been done. Fact
of the matter is, they need video packages, whether they tune out or not. It's a storytelling device.
I agree,
and it's important.
Yeah, I agree. But I am telling you that it doesn't work for ratings. Now, should they do it? Yes, especially for big matches. This isn't that big of a match, by the way. But when it comes to building big matches, sometimes you have to sacrifice a few viewers to tell your story. But the reason that they don't do it more is because they don't want to lose viewers for the show itself.
All right. Again, guys, Dave, I'm sorry. The reason people turn them off is because oftentimes these video packages are not that good. Like if these were WWE quality video packages, the way they produce them and shoot them with the it's just that you're not going to change the channel. But if you're just doing a video package just for the sake of doing a video package and it looks very genetic, and like Brian says, very quick, they just did it for the sake of doing it, yeah, people are going to change the channel. That's part of like writing a show, your video pack. You need good video editors. Like they need to find some guys that can produce video packages like the WWE because the WWE blows them away in this category. So what do you think?
Where I would look at YouTube, because if you look, there's a lot of talented video editors that will do it themselves and create the story around the match and stuff.
Dude, they're getting $3.5 million extra a week from the rights fees.
Yep.
Like you should be able to find some guys that can do this, or have done it, or I don't know. It's like kind of weird. Well, what is David Sahadi doing right now? Because I heard he doesn't work for TNA anymore. That would be a guy that AEW would probably use, because he could find he would be able to build a team to do this stuff. You agree with that, Konnan? You work with Sahadi, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they need, guys like that. So
it says here, executive producer at MLW Wrestling.
Oh, he is?
I don't know if that's up to date, but that's his LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
he's also working on a wrestling sitcom.
Interesting. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs, and there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played, with the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino, all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. All right, next is up. What's up K100? Tad from H-Town. The subject is Brian Alvarez. This is one of the best interviews you all have done. The entire conversation showed how on point Konnan and Disco's points are. Brian took the time to really respond and use honesty. Bar none, Joe should put that on the list for top 10 K100 all-time interviews. My question is, how do all of you think Brian and Dave differ based on that interview? Brian showed a lot more common sense, in my opinion. P.S. Thank you to Konnan for cutting out Hughes' audio input on future live shows. P.P.S. Konnan, what happened with Alberto in AAA? Is he let go from AAA and then heading back to WWE? Let's start with the P.P.S. What's going on with Alberto in AAA?
Nothing. He's signed to us, and he will be the main event at our Triple Mania.
Okay. P.S. Thank you to Konnan K. Thank you for cutting out Hughes' audio. Okay, for future shows.
You're welcome.
So the Alvarez interview is funny too. Brian went on a show after doing the show with us, kind of piggybacked the conversation that he had with the guy on his show. It's like a 6-minute clip that's making the rounds now out there. But Brian is talking about how important being coach, how important audience capture is. Vignette, the packages. letting the audience that missed the show last week know what's going on, telling the story. Then he goes, when a sick people go, wow, Brian really went off. There's and he's just repeating the stuff that we talked about, which is common sense. If you're like, nobody's watching these shows every single week, and if you're booking it for the people that are watching every single week, you're just going to consistently lose audience because you're making it difficult for the people that are missing a show to catch back up. That's what's happened on their show, and a lot of people are saying, maybe now that Brian's talking about it, now that him and Dave can discuss it more often and stuff, maybe it will resonate. And if Tony's hearing it from those guys now, maybe that will change on their show, and they'll start doing more recaps and keeping the audience filled in what's going on. It's like there's no reason that something should happen on Collision that's important, and you should just assume that we watched Collision. If it's important, show us what happened if it feeds into the storyline on Dynamite. Period. You just need to do that, because then if you're watching it like you're missing the context of what's going on in the storyline, you're not invested in the story. So it's as simple as that. So, any comment? You're muted. What? You muted, Konnan.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, we agree with Brian too. But Brian's got a lot of the same.
Brian was a great guest.
Yeah. Hi guys, this is Brad from Boston here. I'd like to ask you a question about Dave Meltzer. Dave is obviously an enormously polarizing figure, and people have wildly different opinions about him. I feel like K100 always takes a fair and balanced approach to Dave, challenging him when he's off base, but also acknowledging when he's right. And I greatly appreciate the impartiality you demonstrate when considering his opinions about things. But here's my question. We know there are wrestling fans who hang on every word Dave says, worshiping him almost like an idol. But would you also agree there's also a surprisingly large contingent of the IWC that suffers from what might be called Meltzer derangement syndrome? These unfortunate souls are utterly fixed on Dave, monitoring his tweets and listening to every show he puts out, despite the fact that they supposedly believe he's always wrong and has nothing insightful to say. Some of these people are so desperate to be noticed by Dave that they make a negative response to every single thing he posts. And don't get me started, the weirdos who are so obsessed that they make entire Twitter accounts devoted to him. Is it fair to say that some of Dave's most ardent haters need to get a life and focus more on having an experience that doesn't involve them being the only person in the room? Yes, I would agree with that. And I would also agree that the thing with Dave is that Dave is still, I consider the paper of record in professional wrestling when it comes to journalism. One thing that I have been, and a lot of people are on the thing is you got people like us, okay, that aren't journalists, that have issue with a lot of the stuff these journalists say. They have a lot of editorial privilege, and when they get out ahead of their skis on things, I just think they like Dave is an interesting content because he is polarizing, and he's developed this kind of thing where it's like he's made it sound like people like us are out of touch, like the old hat podcasters, the old the people that are older that have been doing this are somehow out of touch, and it's kind of like that narrative kind of permeates amongst like the people that read them and listen to them, and I'm like, I'll fight back against that constantly, because he's like he a lot of people listen to him. Like who are you gonna like? I don't give a what Wrestling Inc. says, or some of these other no-name people, Sports right? Keto. Or Sports Keto, but you get like guys like Dave or Sap or Raj
Johnson,
Mike Johnson. When the industry leaders of the dirt sheet community are saying things that I would disagree with, you bring it up for discussion.
Dave Scher is good too. Like
we do clips like on this show. And I'll play clips that I agree with Dave on things. Like I totally agreed with Dave on the Sting thing with Luger. Like Tony got no reason to let Sting go do that the way he's been treated by that company. And like everybody's ripping Dave for it. So I completely agree with Dave on this. Like that. And that was a hot take that he has. So we talk about it. That's what we do. I wouldn't call it Dave Meltzer derangement syndrome, but he just says a lot of stuff that merits discussion. A lot. Would you agree with that, Konnan?
No, but there are a lot of people that I see are fixated in just burying him.
Well, just the trolls. He's a good target for the trolls.
Right.
Because he's arguing with them. True. Like these trolls are with 5 followers and everything, and Dave's in a thread arguing with these people. Well, dude, why did you get caught up in the argument with the 5-follower troll? That's another interesting thing about him. He's willing to do that. So
like, I've subscribed to the Observer for like 10 or so years. I don't read it as thoroughly as I used to. I like having access to the archives, all that. So I just don't understand, and I don't have a dog in the fight, but I find myself defending Dave because these trolls are so over the top and obsessive. The Meltzer derangement syndrome is accurate. It's accurate. And he used to be, some of the wrestlers would bury Dave, but the fandom used to respect Dave. And somewhere in the last decade, it really changed. There's like this negative perception, and it's a lot of these trolls that just won't leave him alone.
Bro, Joe,
yeah.
It goes across the board. How many people? There's not one person that's universally liked. So you could go to any podcaster, Eric Bischoff, Bruce Pritchard, without me even looking, I'm sure somebody's talking about him. You know what I'm saying? They talk about us too. That's just the way the world is now.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.